we are their local coffee shop, and so we wanted to be what we thought they wanted us to be. And I think in most cases, this should be a community meeting space. It should be a place for neighbors to meet neighbors, people to meet people who they don't know that live in the neighborhood and become friends. And I think that's what we try to do. It's comfortable, there's comfortable seating, it's laid back, it's quiet in most times. And people just can come in and read a book, or they can come in and meet someone to have a meeting, and I think that we've hit that. We may be in the coffee business, but the business that we're really in is the people business, and that our job is to build relationships with our customers. I think we can do some of those things better than a bigger chain place can, and I think you can get more one-on-one attention, you can get more interaction as a friend. There was one plan for the development across from the Georgian as well that is now not going to happen. And a lot of our customers said, you know what, it doesn't matter, we're still going to come to you. They may be Starbucks, but we're still going to come to you because we want to see you make it. And it's a personal level. I'm here every day, I know my customers, they know me, I've become friends and build relationships with those folks, and they don't want to see Starbucks succeed, they want to see the local guy succeed. And that's one cool thing about this neighborhood. People are invested in their neighborhood. People want to see the development go forward. They want to see property values go back up. A lot of people in a lot of different neighborhoods inside the city of St. Louis that are really engaged in their neighborhood and producing a viable community for their neighbors. I think this neighborhood, probably out of any neighborhood in St. Louis, is incredibly loyal to their local business. You don't see a lot of neighborhoods that people will wear shirts that say chain restaurant and have a circle with a slash through it. I mean, these people in this neighborhood are very involved in the neighborhood. They're very interested in the neighborhood. They're very interested in commerce development, economic development in their neighborhood, and supporting those people. So it's amazing the number of people that we got, even as late as this holiday season, that said, we decided to do all of our holiday shopping in Lafayette Square through gift cards and gift baskets and things like that, versus going to the big box or the chain stores outside or ordering online to support the community.
I kind of just came upon this neighborhood just by chance, just driving around one day. I really didn't know it existed, and fell in love with the architecture, the homes, and I knew, having lived in the Central West End and it was already coming back, I knew that this neighborhood would make a comeback. Fell in love with the house, not so much the neighborhood itself, but I knew the potential was here. The neighborhood was pretty scary. It was nothing to walk outside and see someone chasing someone down the sidewalk with a gun, and they didn't bother you, they just kind of kept going. We belong to the LSRC, the Lafayette Square Restoration Committee. They, just promote the neighborhood. They really take an active role in the neighborhood. It's just a neighborhood community group, and they kind of keep the neighborhood together. We all watch over one another. Well, like in Europe and everywhere else, I mean, places 1,000 years old, they don't tear everything down. And that's really what this country did. Thank God the cities, people stepped in to stop it. People finally realized that these places are worth saving, that it's part of our heritage. Something like this would probably be $5 million to build or more.
I'm Shannara Gabrielle, and I just moved to St. Louis, to Lafayette Square, a few months ago. Before that, I've been living in New York City. The architecture's great. It has a real feel of being in the city, but very neighborhoody. You feel like people know each other. Even on the very first days that we would go and walk around, people would be waving at each other because they know each other in the neighborhood. But it also definitely has a feel of not being suburban. It definitely looks different than most of St. Louis does. Architecturally, there's like the row houses and the sort of I don't even know what the specific era is, I'm sure you probably do, but the sort of restored homes all in that same time period and same style. Sort of a little pocket of a neighborhood within the city, which is also very much what New York feels like. You have little pockets of neighborhoods, that are maybe 6 square blocks, and the people that live in that neighborhood know that neighborhood and they love living there, but it's also within a sort of very urban, metropolitan sprawl, People had said, oh, the city neighborhoods aren't safe, and we both work odd hours a lot of times, so I'll get home at 1:30 in the morning and feel absolutely fine walking the dog by myself. I feel totally safe. It's definitely a kid-friendly neighborhood. So specifically right on our block, there's kids right across the street that they can play with and spend time with.
As far as people, there's some of everybody, and everybody gets along. It's really a really quite nice neighborhood.
Park Avenue Coffee. Yeah. Park Avenue Coffee. It's probably the place that we frequent the most.
I mean, they're absolutely loyal to the local business.
You can walk to coffee, you can walk to the dry cleaners, there's a bar and a restaurant close.
The neighborhood really has an active role in taking care of its own neighborhood.
A dog park. Because it's a huge dog neighborhood.
I think what would be nice, we've been trying to get a grocery store.
Grocery store.
A grocery store in it.
So we've had a number of places that we've lived. Someone's knocking to come in. I can't hear you at all.
Well, yeah, we have ghosts. We discovered that when we first moved in, that we have someone else living with us. And I heard people walking up and down the steps. I froze. And I had a cat then, and the cat was in the bed just going, rawr. They would go around and unscrew light bulbs. You screw them in, and they'd unscrew them.